Hey guys, welcome to Streak Initiative. I'm Sukanya Rana, and today is the last day to do the polity related questions for Prelims 2021. So, without much ado, let's move on to the first question of the day, which is with respect to rules, which is Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Rules 2020. The basic idea here is again keep a tab on all the bills and the acts and the rules that have been passed recently. There was this previous year question that was asked related to private member bill. Now, why was that question asked was because a private member bill was actually put in the parliament, right? So, linked to these ideas, your static portion related questions can always come into your examination. So, you're doing this particular rules right now. The first statement here is that under the rules, and application to declare gender is to be made to the district magistrate, and second is under the rules, transgender person needs to go through a medical examination declaring their desired sex, and which one of these statement is correct, you have to identify. Now, if you read the second statement, I think this statement is itself a bit regressive in the sense, if we compare to the rights that we are aiming to give towards the transgender people. So, by that logic, I think this particular set was actually removed from the rules that came into place with new set of rules, and that is why this particular statement is wrong. The first statement here is right. All the declaration is to be made to district magistrate. It directly comes under that particular authority. Also, if any parents of the child wants to make any kind of application, that is also something that goes to the district magistrate. And there is no physical examination, because this medical examination was sometimes kind of an exploitative mechanism for the transgender community. So that is why this rule has been done away with, and that is why we have answer as A for this particular question. The next question we're talking about is Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council. Now, again, I've talked before also, the 6th and the 5th schedule is important schedule. Make sure you are aware with it, what all provisions comes under it, if some autonomous hill council, whether it is under it or not, all that is very important. Now, here we are talking about Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council. The first statement here is that the members of the council are elected and have executive power over the allotment and use of occupation of land vested in them by the centre. The second is that they have power to collect some local taxes such as parking fee, taxes on shop, etc. And you have to identify the correct statement here. Now, one would usually think that if it's an autonomous development council, that would come in under the 6th schedule, but that is not true. This particular Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council was actually set up under the Ladakh Autonomous Hill Development Council Act in 1995, and this particular development council, unlike the councils which have been created under the 6th schedule, it does not have any legislative powers. So the level of powers are completely different if we compare to the other development autonomous councils that have been made under the 6th schedule, right? So be very careful when we're talking about 6th schedule. It's Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura, right? So that is the states when we're dealing with 6th schedule. And a lot of time, this particular piece of news, like recently also, National Commission for Tribal Scheduled Tribes in 2019 had actually recommended that we bring this particular Ladakh territory and this council under the 6th schedule, right? So there have been demands with respect to this council to bring it under 6th schedule, but it is not yet there. So you have to be clear about this particular aspect. The answer for this particular question is actually C. Both the statements are correct here. The members are in fact elected and they do have executive powers with respect to land and controlling all those areas. and they can also take decision regarding healthcare. They can take decision regarding taxation, animal husbandry, and local governance, all these ideas, right? And as per this particular Hill norms, the chief executive counselor is going to possess the rank of a cabinet minister, while the executive counselor possess the ranks of deputy minister, right? So this particular council has 30 councillors, of which 26 are directly elected and 4 are nominated members. And second statement is also completely right. They can get some local taxes based upon some parking fees and taxes on shop, basically to take care of these local level needs of education and healthcare, right? So statement C, option C is correct here. Both the statements are correct. Again, if you are not aware about this particular council, go ahead, Google some of more facts, add it to your notes, so that you do not miss on this particular point. Next thing is we're going to talk about is appointments related to district judge and some other provisions. Now, the first statement, you have to identify basically the correct statement here. The first statement is that appointment and promotion of district judge in any state shall be made by the governor in the state in consultation with High Court. Now, this statement is absolutely right. See, your High Court and Supreme Court judges, they are appointed by the president. And when it comes to your district judges, that is something done by the governor, right? So be very clear about it, and it's pretty much given in the Constitution of India. Also, we have Article 233 with respect to your district judges. So that is your article. Next statement we have that Parliament is empowered to make laws for the creation of one or more All India services, including judicial services. This statement is also pretty much right. In fact, it was the 42nd Amendment in 1976 which actually amended the Article 312, and it empowered the Parliament to make laws with respect to creation of any All India services, right? And the third statement here is that All India services shall not include any post which is inferior to that of the district judge. Now, again, this particular statement is also present in your Article 312, but it is the clause 3. And again, this particular statement is also absolutely right. So, the answer for this particular question is D. Again, this was directly picked up from your static portions, and I guess if you've done your static portion nicely, if you've done your Lakshmikant nicely, this question can be pretty much attempted with ease. Next question is something, I guess, simple also, and you can also solve with application of your logic here. So here we are talking about that in India, ministries and departments of the government are created by the president on the advice of Prime Minister under which of the following? So any kind of new ministry or department, how is it created? That is what this question is asking about. Number 1 is Article 75. Second is Representation of People's Act. Third is Government of India allocation of rules. And fourth is your rules and procedure, conduct of business in the Lok Sabha. Now, why is this question here is because recently the center created a ministry for corporation. And again, how a ministry is created, what kind of rules are applied here, which is the authority which approves the creation of a ministry and everything, that is important, other than knowing what that particular ministry and its ideas are about, right? So that is why this question is here. Make sure you cover all these aspects. Now, Ministry of Corporation was basically made with respect to taking care of your cooperatives and promoting that kind of associations at the grassroots level, right? So, see, Article 75 actually deals with your rules related to appointment of Prime Minister and your Council of Ministers, right? So there is no talk about ministries and departments in that particular article. So you can rule out Article 75 from that. Second option is your Representation of People's Act. Now this basically deals with all your election related ideas, right? So creation of ministry and departments would never come under this particular provision. D is your rules related to Lok Sabha. Now, rules and conduct of business related to Lok Sabha will not extend to creation of ministries. It will deal with how the procedures has to be carried out in the Lok Sabha and all those ideas. So automatically, I think your C option is correct. Also, make a point that it is under the Article 77 that President of India takes care of the allocation of business of the government of India. And this particular question, like it is the president who is responsible for allocation of business for the government of India, has been asked in one of your previous year question paper also. So be careful about this aspect. And it is Article 77. And again, the ministries and departments are created by the president on the advice of your prime minister. So this is important. I think take care of this particular point. It was asked in a previous year question paper, and that is why this question is here. And finally, we have the last question of the day, which is related to Tele-Law program. It is a program of the government and related to your polity aspect. So one of the scheme, that is why I put it here. Now, the first statement here is that it is launched by Ministry of Law and Justice in collaboration with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. And second is it addresses cases at pre-litigation stage and free for those who are eligible for free legal aid. Now, both the statement are correct here. And I think this particular program has been in use for like 2-3 years now. So make sure you are clear about it. Basically, it's all about smart technology of video conferencing, instant call facility, making sure that paralegal staff and volunteers are connected to the people who are in requirement of this particular services. And it is completely free of cost. And the services, anybody who's eligible for free legal aid can avail these particular services, and it's under Legal Services Authority Act 1987. So both the statements are correct. It's in fact under Ministry of Law and Justice with the Electronics Ministry, and also pre-litigation stage and freely available. So the answer for this particular question is C, and that's it for this particular week with related to polity. Hope you are doing well for your prelims. Keep on revising, keep on attempting more and more mocks, and all the best. Have a good Sunday. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from Civilsdaily.